It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their family. Now here's your host, Ken Rollins.
Welcome into Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins, and we are brought to you by the Red, White, and Blue. Today we're going to be talking to a Marine. His name is Matt Bying, and we're going to talk about some things we're going to talk about 22. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. Appreciate you tuning in this week. Today I've got a guest that I've been on here. It's been about a year or so since he's been on, but he's a Marine. I don't say he was a Marine because once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine, but his name is Matt Bying. We're going to talk about something. We're going to talk about creative vets, and we're going to talk about a ministry and a lot of other things that do with veterans. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's see how the guns are doing.
Pretty good.
Last time he was on there. Yeah, I had my up here like this, but they fell down here like this, and I'm going to talk to you after the show, figure out how you got yours back up there. You never lost yours, but
all right.
I might want to get Creative Vet, CRE. We're going to have it on the screen here, all these acronyms and whatever. Let's talk about Creative Vet. What is that about?
Creative Vets is a organization that takes veterans coming out of the service that don't really have a know of what they want to do or how to express themselves, whether it's going through hard times or they just feel like they need to release something. They have two programs. One is based in Nashville and one is based in Chicago. The one in Chicago is a 2-week art study. The guy that runs that is professor at the Chicago Institute of Art. Very cool guy, Marine. He's actually the founder of Creative Vets. And what they do there is they run through like sculpting, art, painting, animation, anything that they can get someone to release what they have, that's bothering them or anything like that. That's what they do up there at the Arts Institute.
And where is it at?
In Chicago.
Okay.
And in Nashville, what they do there is they have a group of singers and songwriters that get together, and the veteran will go in there and tell his story or what he wants to talk about, and then they'll write a song about it. And it's usually the trip in Nashville is usually about a 3 to 4 day trip, depending on the time of the year, whatever it is. And it's just been a phenomenal thing. I went up there to Nashville through the program, and I had no idea that I could be such in touch with myself through music.
Did you write a song?
I did write a song.
Really?
I did. I guess I'll let you hear it after we get off here, but it's actually amazing. It's very amazing, and it's very stress relieving, and you get to put what you want into music and you can listen to it. It's beautiful.
I got a title for you when we leave here. It just goes back on a memory of my childhood or my dating days, and it was a girl that was thick. When they say she's thick or she's
right.
heavy set or whatever. And I wrote the song called "I Can't Get Over You, so you'll have to get the phone yourself." That's the title. So
nice.
No, I just messed with you. But now, you're talking about the veterans that just got out of the service. Now, somebody that's married and whatever got anchors down, they can't do a whole lot of that traveling, like to just run up to Nashville and stay gone for a period of time. Is there some other way they can outreach to do that?
Creative Vets is generally they usually just fly them up to whatever location and everything's paid for. They're food, everything, food, rooms, anything they need, everything is paid for.
Where's the money come from?
Just donations. The Chives Network, I don't know if you ever heard of that, but Chive is an application on your phones that they show things that need fundraising or something like that, and people just donate through that website, and then the Chive website gives it to them. That's a big donor.
The veteran coming out that's trying to wind down, they need something to keep their attention. And you came out of the service with a traumatic brain injury, TBI, and there's a certain period of adjustment there. The average veteran coming out that didn't come out with a TBI or something, just come out, his time is up or her time is up, and they can they still need something, because that life, that military life, if people don't understand that, you don't have a lot of free time. You
Right.
don't have a lot of time to sit around watching Jerry Springer,
Yeah.
while you're in the military. They've always found something for us to do,
Right.
and so they come out, and just not having something to do is the worst thing for a veteran. I can tell you that. Right?
It really is.
Yeah, this is awesome. So, how would they? I didn't get a phone number. What is a way to get in touch? Is that your number? If they want to
They
create
can give my number or the Creative Vets website. It's creativevets.org.
But we've got the website on.
Okay,
on
and
there.
it's pretty self-explanatory. All they have to do is fill out the application, and then they'll get a call, and they'll let them know a date and time of which everything can be set up, and they'll try to work with them on dates whenever they can come or whatever.
Yeah. So if there's a spouse watching us today, or a friend of a veteran that knows that veteran needs something to do that's creative, makes their time worthwhile, that would be a great. Go to that website, and who knows, they may see their song being sung by somebody, Luke Bryan or somebody out there today.
Exactly. I mean, it's pretty amazing of this organization to be able to have such good work ethic with a lot of the singers and songwriters and publishing companies up there in Nashville. I mean, it's like you go out there and you meet a lot of them. Yeah. Like a lot of the guys that have wrote 50 #1 hits, or people that have sung songs that have been on the radio. It's an amazing experience.
Yeah. I spent a lot of my life in Nashville, and that is, they have a songwriters night, and then they have somebody will come up and say, hey, you want to go write a song? The two guys get in a car or van or somewhere, go down and sit by the river, whatever, and they come out with a song. I mean, they just go intent to write a song. They don't have an idea. Or maybe one has one line, or maybe one wants to put a song around this. They start in the middle and build outward,
Right.
It's not always going forward.
It's been pretty amazing. My session was a 12-hour long session of songwriting.
Wow.
And then they cut it that night, and then they went in and did all the, I guess, whatever vocal things and music put into it, and it was pretty amazing. I mean, just to watch it come from scratch. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it was from my life, but
Right.
I mean, for them to be able to come up with words that could just totally tell the story. I mean, it's perfect.
Well, that's something that, and the other thing is, when veterans come out looking for something to do and they don't have that creative ability, the veterans advocacy, there's a lot of things that the people can do, volunteering their time and stuff to help other veterans, and that you've been doing that for a long time, and that's what I do, and I get more out of it than I ever put in it, and I'm sure, and I've been watching you're doing the same stuff, and when a veteran needs help, they'll call Matt,
Right.
You 1-800 call Matt, but when you go out on the town, if you will, I guarantee you come back with, hey man, I need to ask you this. We got to go to break, but let's talk. Come back and pick up there about what people can do to help their fellow veterans.
All right.
We got to go to a break. Come back. We're going to talk more with Matt. Stay right there. Get you a pen. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. The control booth thought this was going to catch me off guard, but they didn't. I was ready for you, so I appreciate you. They staying with us. We're going to finish up here. We're talking with Matt Bynum. Matt, we were talking about when veterans get out their discharge and stuff, they need something to do. And there are ways that you can help veterans, and other than it's just like we just happenstance, tell a veteran and they say, well, Matt, what do you do about this? Is that the way you get your contacts, or when people call you, you're always helping people?
Yes, I get usually about 2 or 3 calls at least a month talking about people that they don't know what to do, or
Right.
they're asking for questions and stuff like that. A lot of times I get calls from parents and wives and stuff asking what they can get their veteran involved in to help him reintegrate himself, because it's when you're so used to that structure of the military, it's quite it's quite scary coming back out when you have all this freedom,
Well, yeah, when you're stateside, they got your breakfast cooked at a certain time.
Right.
They got your lunch cooked at a certain time. They got your supper cooked at a certain time, and they got the lights out at a certain time. They play music on the taps to tell you it is time to go to sleep.
Right.
Everything is military.
Right.
And you come out, you don't have that.
No.
You don't have a whistle that blows, or you don't have a sergeant coming and yelling for you to jump out and do this. So it's not regimented. You're regimented. You're on your own. So when they come out, they need something to do. I know we got things over at the VA. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but I'll talk about it here. They're looking for volunteers. You've been to the new VA parking deck?
I have.
You know how long it is down there where you could park way down there, and if somebody's got bad legs, you got to walk all the way up here to the elevator.
Right.
They're now got golf carts where they're looking for volunteers who will drive the golf carts to pick somebody up and bring them back, and then when they get off the elevator, to take them to the car.
Huh.
And that's an awesome deal. But they sent me word that they're looking for volunteers. Just there's all kinds of things they can do over at the volunteer. You can volunteer to pick up veterans here in Oxford and to take them to the VA hospital, and then wait on their make their appointment and bring them back home. You don't want to take them over and just leave them.
Right.
Although someone's wife might want you to, but we want to do that. Now, let's get before we get too far in this. The ministry part of what you're doing. Is that a separate?
Yes,
deal?
that's a separate charity.
That's the PEFministry.org, GILL, something Gill.
Yes, the guy that runs that's name is Chris Gill, and they have a ranch up near Springville, and what they do is they take a group of veterans out there for a week, and they run them through like a kind of a reintegration classroom kind of setting, also with recreational activities like fishing and hiking and riding four-wheelers, doing just fun stuff. And then they sit down and they talk about how life is going to change and how they can change for the better. And it's a really great organization, and I've worked a lot with Chris, and he's definitely got my number as far as being such a great person to help out with people.
Is that the cost associated with that? So how does that?
There's no cost associated with that either.
Oh,
everything
really?
Everything's paid for. They just go out there for the week, and they just go through the whole program. It's pretty awesome.
We got their information here on the screen, so somebody can contact them and find out, and they can is a getaway. How long of a period of time is that involved?
A week.
A week?
7 days.
What if they let me bring my track chair up there?
Oh yeah.
My tank. They got a fields and everything. It rides good in the grass and stuff. It don't ride too good on pavement. So it's really a rough ride. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
You want one of them, don't you?
I kind of do. I'm pretty jealous.
But now this thing that you're. I know you always go into concerts and stuff like that, and the tickets and stuff. Do you get veterans involved in that, or is that just a personal thing?
Yes, that's I do get veterans involved in that. The concert that I believe you're talking to it's going to be a benefit concert for the hike that we've been doing officially for the past 2 years. The first year was me just walking around with flags and stuff like that, talking to people. And
that's a
22K for 22 per day hike. There's a Facebook event page for it. If anybody ever wants to look it up, just type in 22K for 22 per day, and it'll bring it up. And it starts this year. It's going to be on September 10th. We're starting at 7 o'clock in the morning at the Hall Student Center down on UAB. We're going to walk around downtown Birmingham with several stops along the way for food and whatnot. And then at around 4 o'clock, we should be planning on being done. And then we're having a benefit concert at the Innisfree Pub in the Lakeview District. We have 4 bands showing up. We have Paul Sessions, Dirty Girl, Swole.
When is that?
September 10th.
Yeah, the day before September the 11th.
Right. I was going to do it on September 11th, but that's church, and I don't do that. So.
22 miles, y'all going to go?
Well, 22K, it's about 13.6 miles, and everybody just comes out. I mean, it's a great time. It's been nothing but fun, and this year we just decided to step it up a notch, and have a concert. And I said, you know what, why not make it a benefit concert?
All right, that's what I'm saying. You're going to accept donations during that time.
Yes, and the donations, they can be collected, but I would rather everybody just donate directly to the organizations. And the websites that you have, they all have donation clicks to make. So all you have to do is just click on donate, choose your amount, send it in.
22K.
22K
a day.
For the 22 per day.
Okay, but people don't, that's watching us now, I hope there's nobody watching that don't understand when we use that word, that number 22, what it represents. It's not a very good number for you and I to talk about, but we have to do it because of reality. And I really would argue with folks that the number's not right.
Right.
Not correct at all. But those numbers, that's the suicide that the veterans can do every day. But a lot of them they don't know about. They don't know that a person, a lot of people take their life and it doesn't get reported.
Right.
They don't call the VA and say, "Oh, my husband took his life," whatever. So the VA would never know. So how did they know that number's 22?
Yeah, that's a pretty
that's
rough
a
number.
they know.
Yeah, that's a rough statistic number, just as anything they tell us. But yeah, that's the number for the veteran suicide from, I think it was 2014 was when they updated that. And I've lost several friends to suicide coming back, and I've always put it on myself that if anybody was in need of help, that I would always help them, and that's what I'm doing in all this. And I'm just happy to have everybody on board that's starting to help out and show up, because it's real. It's very real. I mean, it's not only that one person. It's a whole footprint of the family, the spouse, the kids, the mom, the dads, all that.
I had a lady on here not too long ago. Her son, he got kicked out of the Marines for drugs, and he got on drugs because of what he was going through, and he finally got him in the program. The day he got in the program, it's over. I mean, you never know. It's just somebody that close to you, and she set up a program in his name. Is there anything else that we need to do in these last few seconds we got here for you?
I would just encourage everybody to show up for the benefit concert. There will be a $10 charge. All that cover is going directly to the charities. If you want to attend the hike, you can get on Facebook, or you can contact me on my phone number, and then if you attend the hike, you'll get a special wristband, and you won't have to pay a cover charge for the benefit.
Well, we've run out of time. Just don't make it as long between the next visit. How's that?
Hey, that sounds good to me.
And keep doing what you're doing for them kids. You got some fine youngins growing up there, and I'm proud of you as a father, not just a Marine, but as a father. I appreciate you, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. We got to go to a break. Come back. I got news that you can use. Stay right where you at. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. Thank Matt Pine for coming on today and talking to you about those things. If you got any questions about what we talked about, then it was on the website there. If you don't, you got my number, and I got his number, so you call me and I'll put you back in touch with him. As I said before, we got any of you veterans out there, there are families of veterans that don't need a power chair that you might have that's operational. I got a lot of veterans, and I say a lot, at least 3 right now, that need power chairs to get mobile, but they're not eligible for one through the VA system or Medicaid or otherwise. They just need a way to get to the mailbox or drive down the street and visit their neighbors. So if you've got a power chair that you no longer need and it works, got good batteries in it, let me know. Be glad to take it off your hands and put it in good use. The VA wants me to tell you about the new phone numbers. I'm going to do this every week till we get this down. For audiology over there at for the hearing is in the new parking deck area. So they've got a phone number that they want me to let you have is 877-894-2600. 877-894-2600, extension 4704. The eye clinic, or the eye vision care, has a new number, and their number is 866-487-4244. And they're still over in the Callahan Center across from the VA hospital for vision. And let's see, they do need volunteers. If you're over in that area and you've got some time on your hands, if you're in the Birmingham area, and you'd like to volunteer to help veterans, if you've been over to the new parking deck, you know that it's a long way from one end of it to the other. So they're putting some golf carts in there that will take you from your automobile to the elevator and from the elevator to your car. So if you'd like to volunteer for that, call Patricia over at 205-933-4396, 205-933-4396, and ask for Patricia. Let's see, the women's clinic is open over too. They got the new one. It's over at the same place. The law enforcement tag, we're doing real good with that. If you see that law enforcement tag up there when you go renew your tag, think about that, because that's got the shield and the rose, which is symbolic of a fallen law enforcement officer that in the line of duty. It says something about you. It's a nice looking tag, goes with every color vehicle. And anybody that's following you know that you support law enforcement. And boy, they need it today, don't they? So, but also the revenue from that tag has helped us build the Alabama Law Enforcement Memorial that we're so proud of here in Anniston. So when if it's time to buy a tag, think about getting a law enforcement tag, and you'll be proud you did. I want to remind you about the Kia stores. The good folks, Don Hobson is a retired Special Forces person, and he gives 20% off to any veterans or first responders for any service down there at the Kia stores on South Quintard over in Gadsden or in Gadsden. Lowe's does accept the driver's license with the word veteran on it now, the one in Anniston, for you folks that's watching us here locally. We do, if you've got that, get that tag, your license, the driver's license, you can have the word veteran put on it by taking a DD-214 to the place that you get your license, and they'll have it put on there. And that just works at a lot of places, like around Veterans Day, you get discounts for various things. Applebee's and other places. That's a good identification that you're a veteran. Let's see if we got any time left. If I do, I need to talk about it. We ain't got much, they're telling me. So, okay, we're gonna start this week. My salute goes out to Matt Bind, my guest here today, that talks about all the things that they're doing for veterans over there. And you too can be a veterans advocate. And you got any questions about that, just give me a call. See you next week here on Veterans Issue. This salute's for Matt. We're gone.